Hello and welcome to Route 99. This is DPM 111. We're looking at an RC today. The passage goes like this: Are women responsible for contributing to their own oppression by not resisting it? Okay. So, are women a reason for their oppression? Because if you're not resisting it, then maybe you're contributing to your oppression. So, ये वो वाली बात कह रहे हैं कि अगर आपको कोई मारने आ रहा है, फिर समवन इज बीइंग वायलेंट टू यू, तो जितनी वायलेंट होने वाले की गलती है उतनी आपकी भी गलती है, बिकॉज यू हैवंट रेजिस्टेड हिम, राइट? सो मारने से बड़ा पापी तो मार खाने वाला है, राइट? दैट इज व्हाट दे आर सेइंग. This is a question that has been debated among feminists, with some arguing that women who fail to resist their own oppression are responsible and or are blameworthy for their participation in the system. So some people believes it. There's a debate around it. Some people believes it, some people doesn't. Some say that women are responsible for it because they are a part of process. They are blameworthy because they don't resist it. Others, however, argue that blaming women for their own oppression is a tantamount of blaming the victim. तो दूसरे लोगों का ऐसा मानना है कि दिस इज जस्ट विक्टिम शेमिंग. Some feminists argue that women who contribute to their own oppression do so because they have been indoctrined into patriarchal beliefs and values. कुछ feminists का मानना है कि they have been indoctrined, मतलब उनको ऐसा मानने में उनको ऐसा मना दिया गया है, right? They have been taught that way, they have been raised that way in patriarchal beliefs, right? पुरुष प्रधान के जो beliefs होते हैं, right? The beliefs who are in the favor of men, they have been indoctrined that way, they have been taught that way. For example, some right-wing women adapt and act on patriarchal values because they believe this is the way things ought to be as a part of God's plan. So some women does not resist their oppression. Some women does not resist what's happening to them because they believe that it is a part of God's plan. This is how things are supposed to be. This is very natural because men are above us and they are entitled to treat us whatever way they want to treat us. Others adapt patriarchal values because they believe that oppression is unalterable and the conformity is their best option. Some believe that it's natural. Some adapt to it because they don't have any choice, because they believe that everything is unalterable, nothing can be changed, and conforming to it is their best option. Some feminists believe that such women fail to completely understand feminism. Some believe that this is a failure of women to understand feminism and fail to see that their choice of lifestyle limits their choices even further. तो उनको ये नहीं समझ आता कि just because they have choose to be in this situation, they have chose to surrender, this further exacerbate their issues. Other feminists, however, argue that women have an obligation to resist their own oppression. Some other feminists believe that women have an obligation. Like, there are these feminists who believe that women are responsible for themselves. Like, women should. There are other feminists who believe that they have an obligation to resist their own oppression. Carol Hay, for example, responds to the view that women having an obligation to resist their own oppression unfairly restrict their choices and blames the victim. Right? Hay acknowledged that both external and internal forces of patriarchy, including deformed desire, often restricts a women's autonomy. So there are people like Hay who say that कि women का ऐसा बोलना कि women का obligation है अपना oppression को resist करना is unfair, and it is unfair to blame the victim because there are both internal and external forces which एक तो their deformed desires that restrict. They have written now that they have been indoctrined this way that restricts them resisting this oppression, but argues that this is not sufficient reason. But argues that this is not a sufficient reason not to require women to resist their oppression. But it still says that this is not a required reason. This is not a good enough reason for them not resisting their oppression. They could still resist their oppression. She believes that women under patriarchy have a fair degree of autonomy. Carol Hay believes that women have a fair degree of autonomy under patriarchy, and that autonomy is a necessary condition for the possibility of moral obligation, right? And that autonomy is necessary for moral obligation. Okay, that is their moral obligation to resist oppression. Anne Curd also argues that women have an obligation to resist their own oppression. She offers the case of Larry and Lisa, a couple who agree that it is best if one of them assumes most of the child rearing duties. Given the existing gender wage gap, the couple reasons that it is rational for them to choose that Lisa opt out of the paid labor force and raise the children. But in doing so, when enough other women do so as well, lends strength and stability to women's oppression because it makes employer perceive women as unreliable wage worker, which feeds the very stereotypical image that creates a gender wage gap in the first place. So there is, of course, women have an autonomy to decide their choices, but here as they have given the case of Larry and Lisa, so Larry and Lisa, a couple, Lisa is the wife. So they have consensually agreed that Lisa would stay home and take care of the children because there is already a gender gap in the society. So if Lisa opt out of the job market, that would that would give more strength to the already ongoing stereotype in the society that women stays at home. That makes employers believe that strengthen employers believe that women are unreliable wage workers because they don't work, right? So this reaffirm the already strong stereotype in the society, and that further creates gender gap. उसकी वजह से और औरतें आके बाहर काम नहीं करेंगी, right? So this is a catch 22. This is a vicious circle. Okay. Further, Lisa's participating in a sexist division of labor increases the expectation the other women will do the same, right? So if Lisa chooses to stay at home and many other women like her chooses to stay at home, this increase the expectation in the society that women would all other women will do the same. Kurd argues that Lisa needs to weigh the benefits of the economic gain her family can expect if Larry is the wage worker against the harm caused by the perpetuation of the stereotype of women as primarily domestic worker and unreliable wage workers, and do the least undeserved harm, right? So Lisa, author is saying, should compare both of them कि उसको कितना नुकसान हो रहा है by opting to work out. हाँ, of course, if Lisa would go out, Larry will have to take care of the children, and if Larry will take care of the children, Lisa will go out and work for lesser money. But the author is saying he should weigh the difference, the loss they are incurring by going this contrasting arrangement. The question of whether women are responsible for contributing to their own oppression is complex and contentious one. So this question of whether women are responsible for their own oppression or not is a quite complex one. While some feminists argue that women who contribute to their own oppression are responsible and are blameworthy for their participation in the system, others argue that blaming women for their own oppression is tantamount of blaming the victim. Some believe that women are to blame for their oppression. Some other philosophers believe, some other socialists believe that that is just victim shaming. Ultimately, it is up to each individual woman to decide whether or not she has an obligation to resist her own oppression, and if so, how best to do so. So at the end, it is a subjective opinion. It is an individual woman's choice. She has to decide whether she has an obligation to resist her oppression or not, and if it is, then how will she do it? Okay, let's move on to the questions. Okay, question number 1. All of the following are in line with author's argument except, okay, so what is not in alignment with author's argument? Women who are oppressed by men are the ones to be blamed for their miseries. Okay, is that what author is saying? Author at last has announced that it is up to a woman that whether she want to resist it or not, and that would be victim shaming. That author is not agreeing with that. Seems like my answer. Few feminists don't view oppressed people as blameworthy for their oppression. Okay, there are few feminists who don't view oppressed people as blameworthy for their oppression. They believe that they are just the victims of circumstances, patriarchal beliefs, and social upbringing, etc., etc. So this is true. This is in line with the author's argument. The decision to resist the oppression is best left to discretion of the oppressed. हाँ, लास्ट में बताया है. This is also author. This is also in line with author's argument. Feminists oppose the oppression of women by external agents like patriarchal forces. Okay, this is also true. They do oppose the oppression of women by factors like patriarchal forces. So only one is something that author would not agree with. So this is my correct option. Okay, Lisa should agree to stay back. Okay, seeing the case of Larry and Lisa through the lens of Carol Hay, which of the following will most likely to be in the line of action for Lisa? Okay, Lisa should agree to stay back at home as she can't change the situation in the prevailing society. No, that is not what Carol Hay was saying. Carol Hay was saying that she should weigh her options, she should compare. So not my answer. Lisa, even if made to stay back, should resist her being denied equal rights to gain professional autonomy. Could be it. इसमें वो weighing वाली बात तो नहीं की गई. But this is a positive statement. जबकि ऊपर वाला एकदम negative था कि Lisa should stay back at home. Here at least this option is at least encouraging Lisa to go out and work. So could be my answer. Let's keep it. Lisa should weigh the pros of both taking care of household and going out to bring home bread. This seems like an apt answer. Better than this. Lisa should continue with paid work along with Larry pushing household on the back burner. No, this is not. This is wrong. This is not what author is saying that Lisa should forcefully continue working. Author is saying that no, not author. Carol Hay, whoever author has cited, whoever Carol Hay, author is just saying that she should just weigh the pros of both taking care of household and going out to bring home bread. So this is my correct option. Based on the passage, which of the following is not one of the contention of feminists regarding the oppression of women in a patriarchal society? So based on the passage, which one of the following is not an opinion of feminists, not a particular feminist, but all the feminists mentioned in the passage? The oppressed women are themselves the reason for their continued oppression. This is opinion of one of the feminists. The oppressed become less fearful once women start prioritizing their household. Once they start prioritizing their household, the oppressor become less fearful. Doesn't seem like it. Let's just keep it. The oppressed women are unable to resist the oppression owing to circumstances. Yes, true. Circumstances as in patriarchal beliefs, their sense of no choice, right? Because that is how things naturally are. God's plan. This is one of the view. The oppressed women own enough autonomy to decide and act on the resistance. Yes, this is given. This is true. Only this has never been mentioned in the passage. This is my correct option. Which of the following set of words represents the key argument of the passage? Okay, women, men की कहाँ बात की गई? Society, gender wage gap. इस पे बात खत्म तो नहीं होती gender wage gap पे. Or gender wage gap was a small part of it, right? This is not a key idea of the passage. Feminism, women oppression, obligation, choices. Could be too abstract, too general. Let's see other option. Feminist, women oppression, obligation, discretion. Okay. Feminism, labor forces, gender wage gap and discretion. Again, gender wage gap. A small part of it could not be my keyword. So here only this is changed, and this is clearly mentioned in the last part of the passage that this is up to women's discretion. This is at women's discretion whether to resist the oppression or not. So 3 seems like my correct and apt option. So this is my correct option. So that was the video, guys. I'll see you in the next.